Hi, it's John here from See You on the Start Line podcast. This is episode 28. While we missed the podcast over the last couple of weeks, having had the Around Brunner bike race on the west coast and then the South Island Ultra Marathon over on the coast as well. The following week, it was the 3rd and the 10th of May, I did a large number of live crossovers for these events, which hopefully kept everybody up to date with what was happening. So if you did miss the podcast, I apologise for that. And there was a lot of information that was put out across Around Brunner and across the South Island Ultra Marathon, and there's been videos put up on those as well if you did want to have a look at those at all moving forward. But last week was a bit quieter. I actually had a bit of a flu after the South Island Ultra Marathon. May have been coming down from the highs of those two events, and it wouldn't have been a good idea if I'd done the podcast anyway. With the conditions, you might not really have heard me. You might have heard a lot of sniffing or snuffling or something along those lines. But hopefully this is all good and you're all back into it. We're actually trying a few different things here at the moment on the podcast. If you're watching it, you'll see a number of images going across the screen from events that we've held over the years. We've captured thousands and thousands of photos, and I thought it was a good idea to throw some of these in. So you might see yourself from years gone by in some of these events, which we're looking at. Some of them actually go back 20 years. So it's going to be a big weekend this weekend for us with the Canterbury Duathlon series, which will be in its 20th year. And believe it or not, some of the participants that are actually taking part in it took part 20 years ago as well. So it's really great to see them. And looking at some of the images back from about 2011 when we were doing videos, it's a bit interesting actually. The grey hairs weren't grey, they were a lot darker, and they weren't dyed either. And the wrinkles on the faces, they weren't there. So must have been some Botox or something being used back in those days. No, but just all good fun. And it's been great. And it's good to look back on those photos and videos from years gone by as well. So if you are looking at it, I hope you enjoyed those images that are there at the moment. Right, a bit of a recap from Around Brunner. Amazing race. We had the enduro, we had the 140k road race, we had the teams event within the 140k, and then the gravel race as well. The gravel race was loved by everybody. People got right into it. They had some pretty mean hills to climb up, a few rocks to climb over, a few ditches to get through, and then they had some really smooth and fast gravel as well to ride on. So the feedback from us was very, very positive for it, and there's no reason why we wouldn't why we wouldn't be doing it again next year. So make sure you've got the 2nd of May 2026 in your diary. If you haven't got the gravel bike, dust it out, get out there. If you're on the road bike and want to do the road race, 140k, jump into that. Or if you want to do a bit of training, the 280k enduro will be there as well. Right, then we moved forward to the South Island Ultra Marathon. That is just an amazing event, held on the West Coast Wilderness Trail. And 5 o'clock in the morning in Greymouth, there was a bit of a cool breeze. The barber was starting to come up in Greymouth, but at least that wind was behind the runners for the first 4k. And after they got basically past the river and that past Blaketown, it was all go, a bit of a breeze behind them as they headed off towards the Southern Alps and up towards Cowboy Paradise. The conditions were perfect for the day, beautiful weather, and they got the chance to see some amazing countryside throughout the west coast. The 54k started off at 8 o'clock, and that really started off pretty fast and looked like it was going to be a fantastic race. A couple of guys had said before the race started that they would be knocking out, they were targeting to run basically under 4 hours for that 54k. And so they put the pressure on themselves by telling me they were going to do this 54k in under 4 hours. And there was a couple of ones who weren't saying how quick they could do it, but knowing that they were pretty fast as well. And we also had Maggie Forsyth saying that she was going to break the record for the women's race, and she was out there to do that. Well, it ended up to be a fantastic race between Sanjeev Dio and Jesse Rhodes, and Daniel Martin not far behind, always in the shadows and ready to leap throughout. Well, at the end of it, with basically 6 to 7k to go, Sanjeev kicked and got a bit of a lead on Jesse and held that. Then it was a race for the time to see if they could go under 4 hours. He was flying. Probably would regret maybe a couple of stops, or just a little bit slower to grab something at feed stations, or looking over his shoulder, and the tactics may have played ball, but he finished in 4 hours and 15 seconds for the 54k. Jesse was second in 4:02.46, and Daniel Martin was there in third in 4:07.30. Then there was another race. Maggie was going for the record. She had Nicholas Hextall in front of her at target. Nicholas finished fourth in 4:15.52, and Maggie was 4:16.42. Had a fantastic time breaking the record. That was great. Those guys all coming across and beating the previous record that was held first, second, and third, and then Maggie taking the women's title and winning that. That was just an amazing race. The 24k, it started off down at Hans Bay, and it was a fast and furious race as well, and Nat Crossman, local, took out the line honours in that, and Eliza Hood, she took out the females category, winning in just under 2 hours and 1:59.45. Then the wait was on to see what would happen with the 100Ks, and the 100Ks we had Jono Pinkney fighting out throughout the day with the Chantel Smith. Chantel had a bit of sleep in she must have, the flight over from Australia must have taken a bit more out of her. She woke up at 4:30 a.m. in Hokitika at the beachfront and had to jump in a rental car. She had missed the bus. She got to Greymouth with 30 seconds before the race started, and so her adrenaline was up there, and she raced the whole race right up the front with Jono, and had to forgive to Jono of the last 20k, and he took out the win in 9 hours 17.47. Chantel was second in 9.24, and then local Paul Gurney coming in at 9.48, and then Paul McHale coming through at a strong run at 9.55.33. So those times are going at 9.17.47, 9.24.41, 9.48.12, 9.55.33. So all under 10 hours, pretty awesome for 100k. So that the run carried on into the night, and with the last runner crossing the line in 15 hours 56.51 just before 9 o'clock at night, and with the cut-off at 10 o'clock. Nick Rowe had to be proud of himself. He went out there, he nailed it and did it. So well done for Nick, who last across the line, and you achieved your goal as well. So some fantastic memories throughout all of that. Then we jumped back into the prize giving was the following day. That was really, really cool. It was interesting to watch people walking down the stairs at the Regent Theatre in Hokitika. But everyone was in the Hokitika supporting all the locals, which was just brilliant. And we've also got to have a big thanks to Gary and Delia Gibbons at the Hokitika Cycles. Gary did Charlie. He was out there at 5 o'clock in the morning and at 9 o'clock at night. Up there doing some fantastic work. So if you're ever on the coast, make sure you call into Hokie Cycle and Sports and say thank you. And if you need some bike repairs, get something done, or just buy something and support them. So just good buggers. So if you could do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. But this week we have the Canterbury Duathlon series. It's just going to be our 20th year of this event, and where it all started with CJM'S events. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully we've got our trailer fixed and sorted out. That's engineers looking at it tomorrow, and hopefully we get that sorted out with the bearings collapsed and it's done some damage to the stub axles, so we've got to get those replaced. The fun and games of events. But Canterbury Duathlon is going to be fantastic. We've got the long course, And the short course, this event is so cool because you've got runners who are international athletes representing New Zealand, and then you've got like the 7-year-olds. They're all running out there on the same course, might be doing the short course against the long course, but they're out there the same thing, and the encouragement to everybody is just fantastic. And then prize giving afterwards, it's just cool. Everybody is there. It's a bit like the if you could imagine 7-year-olds playing rugby with the All Blacks or the Black Ferns, along that, because it's a real credit to them, and everybody is welcoming, and it's just a fantastic environment. So if you haven't entered yet, this is at Brookside Park in Rolleston. Short course and long course, just go to canterburyduathlon.co.nz and register for that. It's a cool event. Race starts first, or all races start together, and that's at 10 o'clock, and it's all wrapped up by 12 o'clock, with prize giving should be finished by about 12:15. Really good time, good fun, lots of participants as well. So we'll probably have about 150 to 160 people taking part. So if you haven't entered yet, get yourself into it and do it. Then the following week, we've got the Selwyn Marathon. Entries for this close on Monday, this coming Monday the 26th, midnight. You need to get your entries in, and then race pack pickup is going to be at Fitness New Zealand out at Papanui on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday morning at the Lincoln Event Centre, where the race will start and finish on Sunday. So this is such a cool event, really fast event. It's flat, but it is really where town meets country. It's a credit to the Selwyn district for this. It showcases it. You're only 30 minutes from Cathedral Square, you're 30 minutes from Christchurch Airport, and we say Christchurch International Airport because that's what it is. And we have runners from internationals from around we've got people from Philippines, we've got people Spain, UK, US, Canada, addresses there for all of those places. So it's going to be pretty cool to see the people travelling for that, and they're travelling from all over New Zealand to it as well. So that is cool. Make sure you get your entry into selwynmarathon.co.nz by Monday the 26th for that. Then the following week, excuse me, we have the Duathlon Race 2 again, and then we go to Bridge Ultra Marathon. A chance to on the 14th of June to do another ultra marathon. This is 60k from the Waimakariri golf course starting, and you come down the river road by the Waimakariri River and finishing in Kaiapoi on Raven Key. We have the 60k, which is the ultra marathon. We've got a 30k option, a 15k option, and a 5k option. It's a great day, a lot of fun, and while it's all downhill, it's not an easy 60k. You got to watch your foot, your placements of your feet, the conditions. It's downhill. It's good fun, and it's tougher on the body than what you think. One year we actually had to break the ice for the runners to go through. Well, we actually missed the ice breaking for the first lot of wee stream they had to go through, and the lead runner had to break the ice himself. Tom did a great job of that as he ran through. Then we drove through in the car and broke it all up for everybody else. Last year there was no ice, we just ran through the water. But no, it's a couple of wee streams, about 4k in, and then after that it's all downhill, but it's a great mixture of surfaces, and it's a fantastic event. Then the following day, the 15th of June, everyone gets a chance to do it on a mountain bike. So we have Bridge to Bridge mountain bike race. It's called Bridge to Bridge North, because it's on the north bank of the Waimakariri River, and it is the 60k, 30k, and 15k. Again, all finishing in Raven Key and Kaiapoi. So if you want to get into that, go to bridgetobridge.co.nz and get your entries in, or bridgetobridgeultra.co.nz to the ultra marathon. Don't get them mixed up. If you turn up with your bike and you think you're going to be running, or you turn up to run and it's the biking, you don't want to be in the wrong one, do you? So the ultra marathon's on the Saturday, and the mountain bike race is on the Sunday, which is actually also ideal for gravel bikes too. So if you've got a gravel bike, get into that one there. Then we have we've got another duathlon, the last race of the duathlon series, and then we have the Spa World South Island Half Marathon down at Lake Hood. The first year being sponsored by Spa World, and rumour has it that they're going to put in a spa. As you cross the finish line, you might be able to jump in the spa and have a bit of a relaxation. And if you are looking to jump into a spa, I'll give you a code now. If you go into Spa World and see them there, you can use this code SI-run to Spa World, and if you go into there, you tell them that code, you can receive $1,000 off any recommended retail price on any spa or swim spa. Personally, I'd recommend the swim spas. From purchasing one of those, that's how we worked with Spa World, and it is a fantastic item. So if you want continuously to be able to swim and go nowhere, that's the answer for you. It's great training, great to be able to just walk out the door and jump in the pool and have a really good workout, and then relax at the other end in the spa afterwards. So can't do anything else but recommend that. That would probably wrap everything up for us today. I hope you've enjoyed the slides that have been running through. Hopefully this works for you. It's a bit of trial and error. And when you're entering, remember to purchase the withdrawal insurance that can cover you for if you want to withdraw from the event for any reason with 96 hours beforehand, or you can take cancellation insurance if you're concerned that we will cancel the event, and you can get your full entry back from that as well. And if you wish to do any promotions or raise funds for your school, sports group or scouts or anybody like that, just click on the promote code, fill out your details, and then you're in the game to raise some funds for someone else, or you could actually raise some funds for yourself as well. So you get a specific code, email it out to as many people as you like, tell them to enter, they enter on that code, you receive 10% for your school or organisation. Okay, but if you've got any information you want from us, you can contact me at john@cjmsevents.co.nz. You can text or call me on 027 226 7769. Until next time, hopefully next week. Okay, we will see you on the start line. Cheers, everybody.